Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I am your host, your bartender in the USR, Eric Tenkar, and this is an interesting one. D&D Beyond, and yes, I have an Eon World, N-World up. Amazing. They've done some good reporting, and gotta give them a lot of credit. And most of the good stuff actually has Morris's byline, so tip the hat. D&D Beyond cancels competition. Now, Morris's summary goes, and it's like, it literally is just like two sentences, but his summary says so much. D&D Beyond has been running an art contest which asks creators to enter D&D themed portrait frames. Okay. D&D Beyond got to use any or all the entries, while the winner and some runner-ups receive some digital content as a prize. And there was backlash. And I read a lot of the backlash. And this is really, I gotta tell you, what it comes down to. If D&D Beyond was actually offering cash prizes, right? If they were offering monetary value besides digital, I think it would have been a non-issue. But they weren't. They were offering digital issues. Now, what's the big thing about a digital prize? Well, if you're a digital media company, right? If you are D&D Beyond and everything you do is digital, copying digital doesn't cost anything, right? If I give out PDFs of everything that the Tavern has produced, which is, 5 releases now, 2 of which are pay what you want anyway. But if I give them out to you, yes, potentially I could lose a sale, right? Potentially, maybe you're not going to buy something you're not going to buy what I just gave you because now you have it. But it didn't cost me anything, okay? There's no out of pocket. I'm not like taking money and giving it to you. I am not printing something and handing you a physical product, okay? Digital certainly has value. There's value that goes into producing something that is digital. But the actual individual copies of a digital release don't have an individual cost associated with it. And if you don't think D&D Beyond hasn't made back their fucking money already, you're out of your mind. So, why were people upset? Well, in addition to the fact that the prizes were digital, and had really no cost for D&D Beyond. No out of pocket. They also retained the right, and we'll go into this a little bit deeper, to use any and all entries. They weren't exclusive rights. You could still, I enter my wonderful framing of, I don't know, it looks like somebody did toilet paper art. I thought that would be a great way to frame your D&D character. And they went, with a prize. But you know what? We may still use this for our April Fool's release just to have fun with it. We have that right, and we don't have to compensate you because you went to this contest. That's a problem. Now, they got a lot of feedback, and then they got feedback on their decision related to the feedback. So they got a lot of feedback saying basically pay your fucking artists, right? Why? And again, if they were giving cash prizes, if they were giving prizes of, hey, we're going to give you a physical copy of everything that was released by Wizards of the Coast in 2020 and 2021 for the grand prize winner, we wouldn't have had, I think, a lot of this pushback. But when you're saying, we'll give you everything that we've produced digitally at no cost to us, looks like you're fucking people over. Let's be honest. So, what happened? People pushed back. So then they had to go, oh, geez, all right, yeah, bad. Well, I guess it sounded good when we thought about it over lunch, because it would have no cost, right? But now that we've been called on it, yeah, we understand there's issues, and oh yeah, and I guess the giving us right because you retained your rights to it. If you wanted to make money off your stuff, you still could. Members of our community raised concern about the contest's impact on artists and designers, and the implications of running a contest to create art where only some entrants would receive a prize. That's not the issue. That's not the issue. And that the prize was exclusively digital material on D&D Beyond. That was a huge part of the issue. Issues were similarly raised with regards to the contest terms and conditions. What? Every contest has terms and conditions, which is why I don't run contests. We don't run contests here. We do giveaways, and you get gifted. So the entrants would retain ownership of their design to use in any way they saw fit, including selling, printing, reproducing. It also granted D&D Beyond rights to use submitted designs in the future. Now, what they're not saying here is rights to use submitted designs in the future without compensation. You submitted to the contest. You gave away that right to ask for compensation. You get Jack and shit. Well, just shit, because maybe Jack already left town. Wasn't that like from Army of Darkness? But in any case, we have listened to these concerns, and in response, closed the competition. We'll be looking at ways we can better uplift our community while also doing fun community events in the future. Well, here is the issue that is not being spoken by D&D Beyond. You wanted people to do work. You wanted access to all of these frames. Again, they look like POG frames. I would zoom in more on this picture, but there we go. There we go. So they look like POG frames, like if you were doing digital tokens, and they're cute, right? I don't really see a use for it, but if you're an artist, giving up the right to be compensated for your work, for the opportunity to get digital compensation, is kind of scummy. Now, but when I made this decision, there was pushback. Because people, likely those unskilled, likely those lesser skilled, likely those that have not been making any kind of a profit off their art, were upset they didn't get a chance to participate in the contest. And I will say this. I believe personally that artists in our community are generally undercompensated for the work that they do. So to compensate some at no cost to yourself as a company like D&D Beyond, which is, again, all gravy, all right, their profit margins must be huge, and then go from that and then say, and those of you that we don't choose to get digital compensation, we can still use your stuff and never compensate you at all. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. So this is a lesson learned for D&D Beyond, but it's a lesson learned for, I think, other, I don't know what to say, publishers, but other companies in our hobby who haven't maybe put themselves in this position. Yes, there are ways that you can do low-cost events that people will be excited to participate in. That's fine. But this is a no-cost event that gave you rights to everything that was entered, and that really is not doing your community a solid. All right, that is fucking your community. Now, tomorrow I'll talk about a company that actually has done very well during the pandemic of all times. Go figure that. and has compensated its employees appropriately. And so I'll say that for tomorrow. I think we hit the 10-minute mark. We're probably already where we need to be on this one. By the way, again, huge thank you to Professor Dungeon Master for hanging out yesterday. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad you brought some members of your regular gaming group down. It was great to meet them. It's always great to meet other gamers, other members of our community, and to get other perspectives. I mean, this is something that's special about it. I have very little reach and very little influence. Right? I know there's a segment of the gaming community that overstates my influence, and it's like a boogeyman. Oh, we don't have Tenkar on our side. I don't have the influence you think I do, and I'm fine with that because I'm here to work with the community and for the community. But to see somebody as talented as Professor Dungeon Master, because this is public access, right? If you ran a cable company and you had to have a public access channel, I'd like to think that we would be this channel would be one of the things that people would go, oh yeah, hey, Tenkar's Tavern, yes, I want to watch that. That production values suck, but the content is enjoyable. I get something from it. As opposed to Professor Dungeon Master, who not only does amazing content, but has high quality production values. I may learn some stuff from him later on. Don't hold your breath. It's not happening immediately. I'm not going to delve into that just yet, but you never know. Joe the lawyer might. Joe might step up his game. Joe might start a channel. There's some whispers and talks. So if he does, you'll hear about it here first. Folks, we are still in the midst of the world of pandemic. I've say this all the time, right? I'm not a medical professional. I'm not giving you medical advice. I myself, Rach, my parents, we are vaccinated because we have certain risk factors. It was all a personal decision or a family decision. We wanted to have a herd immunity within the family unit, and that worked for us. You know your risk factors. You know your situation. Talk to a medical professional. Get professional advice when it comes to COVID. All right? I mean, ignore the talking heads. Whether that talking head is me, but I'm not giving you medical advice. But you know what I'm saying. Whether some asshole on YouTube, talking heads on cable news, wherever, ignore them. Seek a medical professional that you trust. Get their professional opinion. Take actions and activities, precautions that protect your health and health of those that you're concerned about, that you care about. Be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well, and knock on wood, I'll be back again tomorrow. And this time with a 2 thumbs up article or entry in the news. Unless something else happens in the next 24 hours, which takes that to fucking hell. Who knows? All right, folks. Thank you so much.